On this episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive, we're finally addressing the biggest problem I have with the Lexus ISF.
Nope, not that one.
And that's the lack of steering feel. We're going to be installing these RR Racing USRS bushings, and we're going to see how big of a difference it really makes.
Hello everyone, my name is Kurt and you're watching Eat, Sleep, Drive. On this episode of the channel, we are attempting to address the biggest issue that I have with my Lexus ISF, and that is the lack of steering feel. The steering is super vague, and you guys know that I came from a BMW M3, which has some of the best steering feel in the game. There's so much more communication and feedback through the wheel of that car, and this just doesn't have that. But hopefully we're gonna make it better today. I'm going to install bushings from RR Racing, the USRS bushings, and it's a whole bushing and housing. It's a bolt-in affair, which is a really nice thing. You don't have to press out a bushing or anything. And supposedly it's supposed to make your steering feel a lot better. We're gonna find that out. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. I'm doing this process on a lift, mainly for ease of filming, but this is something that you can easily do on jack stands. The first step is to remove the plastic under tray, which is held on with 6 fasteners. Okay, we just did the first side. I wanted to sort everything out before showing you guys how to do this, but we got all the tools ready. It's actually a pretty easy job. So the first thing you have to do is remove these 2 bolts right here, which hold the bushing itself in. Then there's 2 bolts here for this bracket, which connects to the bushing here. And then the last one is this 22 millimeter for the spindle itself. That thing's on there pretty good, but I'll give you guys the torque specs once we're putting it back on, but just remove these 2 first, then these 2, then this guy, and then I'll show you how to pry this and get it off. So we'll start with this Big Daddy 22 mil, which is on there like 150 foot-pounds, so get yourself a big breaker bar. Then the next one is this guy over here, which is a 17 mil. You gotta take note, this one has a captive nut on the back, so you just can loosen that bolt. This one has a nut that's just floating on the back, so have a friend or with your other hand, put a wrench on the other side so you can get this thing out. So then this bracket that's held on here is 14 millimeter fasteners. Take those off. All right, for those of you that crucified me in the last video for not wearing safety specs, I put them on now, so you can shut the hell up. Once again, this is a 22 mil nut for the spindle. With that bracket off and all the fasteners off, the nut off, to get this off the housing itself, it hits this carrier right here, so you have to have your friend get a big ass pry bar and pry it out this way. You can see him prying it out, and then I'll be able to just slide it off like that. Super easy. So here's your comparison between your stock one, obviously right here, and then the aftermarket one. I will say that the RR ones is significantly beefier for sure, but it is also slightly heavier, but it's like super negligible. It's not like a huge weight difference. And you can see this RR one has these fasteners here for preloading it. I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute when we put it on, but I just kind of wanted to show you comparison side by side how much beefier the RR one is from the stock bushing. All right, so you're supposed to grease up this spindle. So I just have some silicone-based grease here. One thing I will say, the other thing I've noticed so far, like I really like these bushings and stuff, but they specifically call out that you're supposed to like grease the spindle and also the bolts. I'll show you that. And The kit doesn't come with any grease, which I know that they grease the bushing itself, but the part that you're supposed to grease, they didn't include any. And that's my only complaint so far, is that I think for 350 bucks, they could at least give you a little tube of silicone grease. But the spindle's all greased up now. Now I'm gonna grease up the inside of the bushing itself. We're gonna have to censor this part out. And then they call out in the instructions to go ahead and put some grease on these bolts as well. I assume it's just for noise, maybe. Can't hurt. For the installation, it's obviously just reverse. You're gonna have to get your friend to pry once again, so I can fit this bushing on here. More, a little more. There it is. So the instructions also call out putting in a medium thread sealer or a blue Loctite on this spindle bolt, just because it's obviously pretty integral to the suspension. Now we're just gonna do these up all to, the instructions say do them all just to 10 foot-pounds just to get them snug, and then we're gonna set the preload on the bushing. So the last thing that we have to do before we tighten all these fasteners up is we have to set the preload on this bushing. So we have, it's 0.02 inches is the feeler gauge, and it can just go in there. So what we can do now is we're supposed to tighten these down until they stop, and then you do a quarter turn at a time until you can no longer get that 0.02 feeler gauge into between this washer and this bushing, and then the preload will be set. So last thing to do obviously is to torque the rest of this stuff down. The spindle nut is 110 pound-feet. This bolt right here is a 150, so it's a pretty big boy. You're gonna need a big torque wrench. This one is 63, and then these two for this bracket are 37. So here's the moment of truth. We're gonna check out and see if these USRS bushings did anything. I've driven like a mile and I'm about to go to these twisties. I can already tell a difference, but I wanna wait until I do these twisties right here to give my final first impressions. Oh yeah, this is seriously significantly better. So here's what's different. Before, the turn-in was kind of vague, and then it would set up in the corner. Now it's so immediate. So like now you just turn in and it's so much quicker to turn in, and it just stays there. There's not this like movement once you turn, because I think what was happening before was the bushings were loading up and then deflecting, and then that's what that change in like steering angle was, and it sort of made you have to adjust mid-corner. But the way it is now, you huck it in and it's so much quicker to respond, and it just stays there. It's very, it's much better. Now, as far as feel, there's really still not a much more feel coming through the wheel. I will say that I am feeling some little like undulations in the road, whereas before I definitely didn't, because those bushings were so shot. But I could definitely feel some of the bumps and stuff now. Is it a M3 steering now after, you know, that one mod? Absolutely not. But for 350 bucks, honestly, yeah, this is a no-brainer. It's so much quicker to respond now. And the other thing is, like, under braking, it seems a lot more stable. And I know that under braking, traditionally those stock bushings would deflect a lot. Yeah, guys, for 350 bucks, this is a no-brainer mod. It's really easy to do, and I would definitely highly recommend it. Now, there are some other mods that I can potentially do to get the steering even better. Some of the later models, like I believe is a 2012 Plus, had an updated steering ECU calibration, so you could get kind kind of the ECU for the steering rack, and we can try that out. Maybe I'll do that if the price is right, but as of right now, this has actually made a huge difference and has really tightened up the front suspension for me. So highly recommend this mod, RR Racing. I'll put a link in the description below on how to get one if you want it. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Leave any comments below if you have any questions. Check me out on Instagram at Eat Sleep Drive TV. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys next time.